Greetings, viewers. Welcome to the Tech Savvy Talks episode organized by Scalefocus. Today's topic will be quality isn't just testing, how quality assurance powers product success. My name is Kiro, and I will be the host of today's talk. Today with me we have my peer and colleague, Vladimir. I'm quality engineer as well as Vladimir with Scalefocus, and as I said, he will be the main speaker of this discussion. Being that the topic is really close to, it's actually what I do, I will try to intervene with personal opinions, trigger some thoughts, trigger some opinions, ideas, in order to make this episode more of a discussion-like instead of a classical interview where I ask questions and Vladimir answers them directly. The purpose of this episode is to share ideas, suggestions, and on top express opinions and experiences to explain how quality assurance process is an integral part of the software development lifecycle, and as such could significantly contribute to the overall product success. Additionally, we will try to tackle what product success means in the head of the quality engineers, what product success means in the mind and how it's represented by different stakeholders. And at the end, we will try to conclude with Vladimir's best suggestions on how we can power the product success as quality engineers. In order to develop the topic, to deep dive into this topic, we would be basing our evolution and arguments of the topic on 4 pillars on which we think, also Vladi agrees, on which we think the quality assurance relies on, and also the quality assurance and also the product success. These 4 pillars are the quality engineer's role, the quality engineer's skill set, the so-called quality assurance boosters, and the personal growth. I think I have given enough introduction of the topic, and I would like to shortly present Vladimir as a process analytics dedicated quality engineer. And before he starts and we start with our questions, deep diving into the subtopic, the 4 pillars that I mentioned, I would give the word to Vladimir to present himself and to tell us a little bit more about his career with Scalefocus and overall his personal career as a quality engineer. Please, Vladimir.
Thank you, Kiro. Thank you for this great introduction. First, I must say that I'm really glad to be here and to be part of this conversation. So, I've been part of Scalefocus for around 3 years, but in this industry I'm more than 9 years, and during my career I've been working on different kinds of projects in different industries. I've been included in manual and automation testing for desktop, web and mobile applications. I've been part of larger and also smaller teams. Also, I've been part of establishing QA process in different products. How I ended up here, I would like to mention. During my first college years, when I started to go on college, I didn't plan to become a QA. Basically, like most of the people, I've planned to become a developer. Especially, I was interested in front-end part and designing websites, etc. But during my college years, I've become more and more interested, and one of my most interesting subjects was analysis of software requirements. And basically, that was my first job position. But again, later on, that job position helped me a lot in the QA role. How's that? Because by working as a software requirements analytics, you must pay attention to all the scenarios. You need to keep in mind all the details, even the smallest details in the application. You need to document everything very clearly. You need to put yourself in the eyes of the end users. Also, I've been included in designing wireframes, etc. So I was always paying attention is this going to look good for the end users? Is this user-friendly? Is this usable? Are we achieving the goals of the end users? So basically those are some of the key elements that I have used later on in my QA role. Shortly after I have started with that position, in parallel I have started to work as a QA. And later on, when I started to learn more and more about different testing techniques, automation frameworks, different methodologies, etc., I've become more interested in this role, and since then, for around 9 years till now, I've been working as part in a QA world. So in terms of my personal goals, my plan is to become even better in this, not just regarding to the technical skills, learning different tools, methodologies, etc., but also in developing that testing mindset and testing techniques and some skills that we're going to talk about later. And also, I want to mentor students, I'm also organizing different workshops, presentations, writing articles to help the future QAs, because I know how hard it is in the beginning to know where to start and to have some kind of help. In terms of my product goals, like always, I said that I've been working on many industries, but the main goal is always the same: to establish a good QA process that will work and that will bring high quality product to the end users that will be satisfied at the end.
Thank you, Vladimir, for this excellent overview of your career. It's quite, it's suiting our topic now, your past experience. So I propose to start climbing those 4 pillars, or start building them, and make the foundations of the product success. I will tackle the first pillar, the quality engineering role. You said, as you said before, as we heard, you have a long experience in the area. You have been working with different teams, and what I'm curious about is your opinion on how the quality engineer is perceived in technical teams, the delivery teams, and overall how it's perceived among, let's say, the stakeholders which are not part of the delivery team. And then further on we will go a little bit towards transitioning towards the quality engineer's skill set. But please, let's dive into the first pillar.
Yes, so if we take a look at the QA role in the past and now, there are a lot of differences. So by the time was passing, the QA has evolved a lot during these past years. So if we are talking about the past, and especially if we are talking about those waterfall methodologies, the QA process was included at the end, after everything was finished. If we simplified that process, you can see that after the analysis, after the development was done, then the QA process, like I would say, was glued at the end to just check if everything is developed okay, and just to try to find some bugs in the product that is developed. Also, in the past, that QA process wasn't supported by that many tools, that many frameworks, and there wasn't that many opportunities like we have now. Today, in this modern world, in these modern agile methodologies and the modern teams, the QA process is very strategic, and the QA engineers are included in the process from the beginning. Especially, it is very useful to include the QA even before the development starts. So currently the QA is included in different kinds of meetings, from the refinement meeting, plannings, sprint review, working with all the team members, from product owners, developers, other stakeholders. So I think that now the QA role is much more strategic than it was before. And also, just to mention that currently the QA role is supported by many tools, many different testing techniques. In the recent past, we can see that the frameworks are developing additionally with help of AI. We were going to talk about that later on. But you can see how many opportunities, different tools, different techniques. Also, if we add security testing, performance testing, KPIs. So we have a lot of different kinds of methodologies and tools, and how we can contribute to that development process and to improve the software quality. So I think that now the QA role is much more valued than before.
Good. Excellent overview of the history and the evolution of the QA role and the perception, its perception by the technical teams and the stakeholders. But before we tackle the skill sets, I would like to add something upon your overview. We must differentiate the quality assurance as a superset of the quality control process and the actual testing process. I would like to refer to it as a proactive discipline, as a proactive process, as a proactive approach. So the proactiveness as a key strength of the quality assurance should, let's say, support and contribute to the product success. Proactiveness is something that doesn't come only by the process definition. It should come also by the team members, the actual ideas and the actual mindset of the team members. So this leads us to our next pillar, which are the quality engineers skill set. And here I would like to tackle this topic, asking you what is, let's say, the perfect skill set that you would recommend for a quality engineer to have, or you would like to achieve.
Yes, that is a very interesting question, because it shows how interesting the QA role really is and how diverse the work of the QA is. So if we take a look at some articles, or if we simplified all of that, you can see that those skills are divided by like soft skills and technical skills. But I wouldn't say that we should talk about them like technical skills versus soft skills. I think that both of those groups are going hand in hand, and they are making the perfect combination for one QA. For example, if we are talking about those soft skills, you will also agree that it is very important for one QA to be communicative, to have collaboration skills, time management, to have analytical skills, to be curious about everything. Why is that? Because before we said shortly that currently the QA is involved during the whole process. So the good QA needs to be able to take a look at one story that is not finished and to ask questions with curiosity and to analyze that story. Like, is everything covered in this story? Do we cover the edge cases? Is this the end goal of this story? Is the goal achieved? How will this look to the end user, etc. After that, during the testing phase, it is important for one QA to be collaborative, to collaborate with the developers, to share knowledge, to collaborate with the POs, with other stakeholders, to think about the different scenarios that can be tested. And if we find some bug, it is highly important to document that bug ticket correctly, to save time and to be easier to reproduce by the developers, and to have more quality, better quality during that whole process. On the other hand, if we are talking about the technical skills, it is very important and highly recommended for a QA to know different programming languages, testing frameworks, automation testing, because in the modern agile methodologies, most of the teams are relying in some kind of test automation, because that speeds up the process a lot. It is important for a QA to know also something about the continuous integration, continuous delivery, pipeline, because with those skills the QA can be more independent and can contribute more towards those technical discussions, to analysis of the stories, etc. So I think if we have those soft skills along with those technical skills, I think that makes one perfect combination.
The whole package.
Because during my career, I had different challenges in different industries that I would also like to mention. And you will see that in different projects, in different industries, there are different challenges that require not just soft skills, not just automation testing skills, but a diverse set of those skill set. For example, I've been part of one project that was related to the elections and the election process. And we had established that project was one of my first projects in my career. So during that project, we have established some QA process where we were testing based on some acceptance criteria, documentation, some knowledge that we had from the stakeholders, etc. And everything seemed fine and okay. But during that process, I had a chance to be part of the actual election process in one country, where I saw more than 500 people how they are using the product in real time. And during that time, I saw users that were highly advanced users that were using the product just by using some shortcuts in the keyboard without even using the mouse, that were using the product for more than a couple of years, and they were highly advanced in it. But also there were some beginner users that were not very familiar also with the working on a computer overall. So that was totally different experience, and we have learned a lot of lessons from that, because that is in the beginning of my career. So I saw that when you're testing some product, you need to have some analytical skills and to not just focus on the acceptance criteria, but you have to think how the end users will going to use this, what is the goal of it, like I said. And based on that experience, after that, we have developed more test cases than we had. We had improved our QA process even better, because looking at the product from documentation and different requirements, and looking the end users how they are using it in life, was a totally different experience. Also, I had some challenges regarding to the automation testing. For example, I was working on one project related to the insurance industry, where there was a high complex logic in the back end of the product. So there were a lot of different combinations, calculations, predictions, etc. that couldn't be tested if you're looking at the product from the user perspective, from the UI. So my team of QA colleagues and I developed a framework which was intended for API testing with REST Assured and Java, where we covered a lot of those scenarios, and we found a lot of different bugs while doing those tests and also after that. And also those tests were included in the pipeline that were executed before every release. So we had faster feedback, because in the agile teams, you will also agree, because the loops are shorter, the cycles are shorter. So as early as possible, it is very important to give feedback about the quality of the product. Also, I would like to mention one last example for the challenges. I've been part also in one project where there wasn't QA process established before. So before I came in the team, there wasn't any QA, and there wasn't any QA process. And after that, we did some actions where we changed the process, the development process, significantly, from how we are writing the user stories with clear acceptance criteria, asking the right questions, like I said, in those refinement meetings, how we are reporting the bug tickets, how the ticket cycle goes through that Jira board. We also introduced some automation tests, and basically we had noticed that we have significant improvements after that QA process was established than before. So in the conversation with the team and with the POs, they are also agreeing that with a QA process established in a team, the quality of the product is much bigger, and we have higher confidence in that quality and in the satisfaction of the end users.
Excellent examples, Vladimir. Just to continue my discussion, maybe we're jumping a little bit, but continue and support the thesis that quality assurance is a proactive process. It's not a thesis, it's a statement. I would summarize your examples with three implications of the proactiveness, and I would say that the quality assurance is observing, as you said, with the elections app you mentioned. Also, quality assurance is organizing, and quality assurance is learning from the past actions. To continue with the same manner, with the same fashion, with the examples, recently I have read a really interesting article about a problem that a great financial app Revolut encountered recently. I think March 2025. It was an false device-rooted error, which caused many users to be logged out and not able to use the actual app. This article covered some inside information and what they have publicly shared. It was stated that at CI/CD level, there have been no failure, no test was failed, but on the other hand, there was, let's say, a failure on the curiosity. This is not to blame someone, but it's to support your idea and your observation that the curious mind is a great asset of a quality engineer and should be embraced. So in this fashion, with examples, we can explain and present lots of examples, but a perfect balance between the soft skill set and the automation skills, the technical skill set is, let's say, the desired one, as I understood from your explanations and also in my head.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree with you, and the curiosity is also one of the most important things. And with these examples, we saw that in different industries, you can find different challenges, different problems, but with that skill set, with the curiosity, communication and collaboration and good analysis of the situation, you can overcome almost all of them.
Just to wrap up, Vladimir, this second pillar, the quality engineer's skill set, I would like to ask you regarding the coding skills. We tackled, let's say, the technical skills, but precisely the coding skills. Is testing as a subset of quality assurance or quality assurance overall a discipline where the coding skills are required, or is it something that it's learned on the fly by doing things? What is your opinion and what is your advice in order to form, let's say, a team or a mindset that will embrace product success?
Yes, like we said before, the base skills, I would say, the base of every QA is the testing mindset and those soft skills that we have mentioned before. Because without those, just knowing how to code and how to write tests will not going to help you a lot during the QA process, because the QA process is more than just writing tests and just ticking checkbox, is everything working fine or not. But to have coding skills is important for me, I think, because with having that knowledge of different testing techniques, different tools, different frameworks, because sometimes you will have some challenge to create framework from scratch. Yeah, like I mentioned in one of my examples, like we did. Sometimes there is also a need to include those tests on the pipeline, to check that pipeline, to make some changes, to add additional steps, etc., to introduce some different kinds of testing. For example, in my project currently, we have a discussion for starting with doing some performance tests. So it is important to have some coding skills, at least to be interested in learning them, because how the time goes on, we can see that there are a lot of different tools that have been developed. AI is also included now in recently, and we can see different new frameworks and tools that can be included in the process. So it is very important to be curious, not just in the product, but also what is happening outside of the product, to explore how can you improve the process additionally with by learning some new coding skills, by learning some new tools, by introducing something different kind of testing in the project. And you need to analyze the situation, I would say, not just in the project, just for the quality of the project, but also outside of the project to explore what is happening in the QA world and what can help you from outside in your project. So I think that is very important.
Good. I couldn't agree more. You said the magic word, AI, the magic abbreviation. I think we cannot avoid asking this question. It's an inevitable question nowadays, and I would like to hear your opinion on artificial intelligence and testing, how artificial intelligence shapes the quality assurance process for software development, and what, according to you, will the future bring into the quality assurance field.
Yes, definitely. Like you said, Kiro, AI is one of the hottest topic right now, not just in the QA world, but in general in the IT world. So I think that currently we can see, like I said, a lot of different tools that are including AI that can help us during the testing process. We can see different frameworks, how they're coming up. I've been exploring one tool recently for one of my projects, and which is a mobile app that is used on iPads, which is a very complex app. And the tool is just you're writing some prompts, and the tool needs to, with help of AI, needs to develop the test by itself. But that wasn't working very fine in our project. From the other hand, I tried the same tool on another e-commerce web application, and it was working totally fine there with all the scenarios that they gave to the app. So I think that currently AI can help us a lot, not just with manual testing, but also with some other activities like generating test data, helping us with writing test cases, with writing better bug templates, with helping us by doing with some repetitive tasks, etc. So again, even in the AI world, it is important to explore. I wouldn't say that that AI will replace us, but I think that we should explore those tools and use them in our project if that makes exactly our work more effective, more faster and more quality.
Exactly, Vladimir, and that's why I think you and me before this talk agreed that we will call AI a QA booster, so that we explain and give a proper title of something that is helpful for us, but not a replacement. I would say information or an idea and experience that you shared. It's a quote in fact that you shared before the start of this conversation, that people who don't use AI will be replaced by people who use AI.
Yes.
So what the future will bring us is determined, let's say, on the progress of the AI models and how they will evolve. But at the end, in my opinion, unsupervised usage of those models and taking them for granted is not safe, it's not ethical. And I think we can provide a good example. I think we have encountered this example recently together on an internal training. So I would invite you to share this example, because I think it's a valuable argument to build our third pillar, the QA boosters.
Yes, like you said, AI could be QA booster. So now, if we compare, is it a QA booster, is it a threat? I totally agree with you. That depends from us, because we saw how the QA role evolved during the past, starting from that waterfall methodology, manual testing, QA process attached only in the end of the process, and how the QA role it is now. I think the AI is another phase, and again the QA role will be changed. So I think yes, we should definitely explore those new tools. new technologies and to see what will help us to bring more high quality products and to improve our QA process. Because just imagine what will happen if the QA role isn't evolving. Just imagine what would happen if we just stay in that waterfall model, just to think about the quality just in the end, and do not introduce these new tools that we have mentioned, these new testing techniques, etc. So, like you said, it is important to go with the time and to progress in this area, because, like you said, the AI will not replace us, but those that will not use AI and that will not expand their knowledge and that will not go with the time can be replaced. And that is a good example that you have mentioned. In our recent QA talks, we had an interesting presentation from one of our colleague, where we had seen some AI tools in practice. So I think you can share better that example and how we saw that in practice.
Yes. It was AI-generated test scripts in JavaScript with one of the famous models and AI agent nowadays. But we used a regional site. Let's say it was a site based in Macedonia, and the writing was Cyrillic there. So those elements needed to be located. There was no other way to locate the elements except with the test. But if the site is reached by let's say a foreign country outside the borders of Macedonia, then the translation happens, and the site is in English. So those generated tests wouldn't work in cases, for example, we launched the test from a CI/CD pipeline from an availability zone, let's say from North America. So that's why I mentioned we need to be curious. We need to be supervising. I mean, full with attention, and do not take for granted what AI generates for us. The script was 100% working, but in the specific scenario which it was written as a test case, but outside the AI couldn't provide more context, couldn't think, let's say, in a for other implementations of this script. I mean, for the regional settings. So. Just sorry to repeat myself once again, but using this AI-generated code, test scripts, and test artifacts unsupervised could lead to, let's say, a product failure instead of a product success.
Definitely. The human intuition and putting yourself in the user's perspective and that critical thinking is, again, at the end, very important,
more valuable.
But we should use AI as assistant.
I think we gave a good term, QA booster.
Yes.
If you agree with me. At this point, in my opinion, the third pillar of the product success is built. We deep dived into it. It's the QA boosters, and we mentioned some personal characteristics in the second pillar, where we deep dived into curiosity, personal characteristics, be innovative, be proactive, etc. But I would like to start building now the fourth pillar, the personal growth. As you said many times in this conversation, that the QA role is evolving. One should grow also technically. One should grow also personally. I mean, catch up with the latest technologies, latest inventions, latest updates on processes, on tools, on community updates, etc. But I would like to hear your opinion. How would you, let's say, build the fourth pillar, the personal growth? I'm asking you this because I know that you're passionate about speaking sharing knowledge. I know that you are present in the public space with a personal blog that you have, QAology. So please let us know how we can build the fourth pillar and support finally the product success.
Yes, you're right, Kiro. In this fast-paced world, we saw how the QA role evolved, and it is very important to always expand your knowledge and to learn new things. So what I've been doing, you have already mentioned the LinkedIn articles. So I'm reading LinkedIn articles, sharing knowledge with different QAs there, connecting with other QAs, and also I'm reading different kinds of QA blogs on Medium, but also some other QA personal blogs that's also helping me with learning about different things, reading about different opinions about certain things, and those are really helpful. Also, I'm taking different kinds of online courses where I'm learning new tools, new skills, etc. Also, I would like to mention that thanks to Scalefocus, we have a good collaboration with the Faculty for Computer Science and Engineering in Bitola, where I had a chance to also mentor a group of students for one semester, where we have learned more about manual testing, but also automation testing with Cypress. And that was also a new experience for me, where I learned a lot of things by working with those students. And that activity was very successful. Also, additionally, I had a chance to participate in a workshop in the same faculty to present some different techniques for testing API tools. So even if you are presenting something, even if you are mentoring, you are always learning something new by working with people, by preparing for that presentation, etc. And also, like you said, one of my hobbies is sharing articles and writing articles on my personal blog, QAology, where I'm writing about the different automation techniques, different guides. I'm sharing different resources where you can learn something new. Also, I have some guest posts where other QAs, for example, recently I had interesting posts about QAs from Serbia and Germany. They shared their experience and different interesting QA stories. So I would definitely recommend anyone who is interested in the QA world to visit it, and everyone who is interested in that and who would like to contribute, to have a virtual coffee with me or whatever discussion it is, feel free to contact me. And
Good.
Also, we should not forget our QA Talks sessions and presentation that we have in Scalefocus in our QA department, where the QAs as a team are sharing different knowledges, taking different presentations, etc., where you can learn a lot. And we are also following these trends with AI, new tools, etc. But not only in those presentations. In the QA department in Scalefocus, we are also doing some knowledge sharing sessions informally outside of those presentations, where we are discussing about the projects, helping each other, etc. So, as you can see, for the QA role, from different resources, different types of activities, you can definitely expand your knowledge.
Precisely said. I cannot agree more, but I would say that to return to, let's say, my guidance, the four pillars, I would say that the fourth one is, let's say, in tech terms, most configurable, and it's tailored to each professional. I mean, each professional has the freedom to build the fourth pillar. But it's important to wrap it up. It's important to never stop improving, and that's why we put, let's say, the fourth pillar in the QA process for supporting the product success to be the personal growth. I think with this destructuring and explanation of the structure of the fourth pillar, we covered our idea to explain that quality assurance is powering the product success based on these ideas and concepts you described. We didn't go into many technical details in order to avoid confusions and polemics, because as we mentioned, there are a lot of different ways of doing the right thing, and the perfect balance is the key in achieving the product success. I would like to hand to you, let's say, a final conclusion of our topic, and then I will try closing this session.
Yes, thank you, Kiro. You said that very well. I would like to end this conversation with one interesting quote. I think it was said by the CEO of Toyota, or one of the high managers in Toyota. Having no problems is one of the biggest problems. It was something like that. So that basically describes the art of the quality assurance role. Even though sometimes it seems that there are no problems and that everything works fine, the QA role is there to even go even deeper, to think always critically and to analyze the situation, and like we said before, with applying those skills that we have already mentioned, to always manage to bring more confidence in the product, and that will get to the end users. That again, the main goal is to have satisfied end users.
Thank you for this pleasant conversation, Vladimir. It was an honor for me to hear your opinions. I'm glad that you shared many, let's say, useful examples, which could be helpful not only for inexperienced but also for experienced colleagues. As we said, quality assurance is also learning from the past actions and the past mistakes, and the best way to learn is from the mistakes that other people did, so that you do not repeat them. With this, we are ending this session. Maybe we can have a second session where we will get into more technical topics, but I'm glad we tackled the quality assurance process and the way it supports product success in this session. And
thank you, Kiro. I think that we gave a good insight in the QA role overall, and I would like to thank you for this conversation. Also, it was a really pleasure to talk with you, and I really hope that we were interesting for the viewers. Yes,
exactly. And I would invite the viewers to leave some comments, objections, and ideas, disagreements even on what has been presented and shared here today.